Hey everyone, how's it going? Today we're doing lesson 2.3, order of operations with powers. To avoid getting different answers when we evaluate an expression, we use the order of operations. And we remember this from last time. We talked about BEDMAS. Alright, so we have B, and that was evaluate the expression in the brackets first. Every single time when we see brackets, we need to look inside those brackets and do whatever's in the brackets first. Then we're going to evaluate the power. Alright, so the exponent by a term or on the outside of the brackets, we do those second. Next we're going to multiply or divide in order from left to right. And then finally the AS part of BEDMAS, add and subtract in order from left to right. So what do we use to remember this? Well, we use BEDMAS. And that's pretty simple. It's something that you've been going through for a long time. Alright, so let's evaluate the following using BEDMAS. Well, do we have any brackets in number 1? No, we don't. We're just going to evaluate. Well, what does 3 cubed actually mean? Well, this means 3 times 3 times 3. And then we're going to add that to 2 times 2 times 2. And we get 3 times 3 times 3, which is 27, plus 2 times 2 times 2, which is 8. And altogether, we get 35. Alright, let's go to number 2. It says 3 minus 2 cubed. Well, we've got to do BEDMAS. Well, we don't have brackets, but we do have an exponent there. So we write down 3 minus, and we'll make our own little brackets here, which says 2 times 2 times 2. Well, now we do the brackets, and we've got 3 minus 8. We could do this another way as well. We can go 3 plus negative 8. Alright, it's the same thing, and we're going to get negative 5. Next, number 3, it says 3 plus 2. They're all in brackets with the exponent of 3. Well, we need to do our brackets first, according to BEDMAS. Well, what's 3 plus 2? We get 5, and that's to the exponent of 3. What does that mean? It doesn't mean 3 times 5 or 5 times 3. It means 5 times 5 times 5, which is 125. Next, we get a little bit more difficult here. We've got square brackets around 2 times a bracket negative 3 to the exponent of 3 minus 6 all to the exponent of 2. Well, we've really got to follow BEDMAS for this one. So let's do our brackets inside the brackets first. So it's always really good to reproduce what you're doing. So we've got bracket 2 times, and we've got negative 3 cubed, which means negative 3 times negative 3 times negative 3 minus 6, and all of those everything in the brackets is squared. All right. Now we're going to evaluate that negative 3 times negative 3 times negative 3, and we get 2 times negative 27 minus 6, all squared. Next, we follow BEDMAS again. Inside our brackets, we're going to go multiplication. So 2 times negative 27 is going to be negative 54 minus 6, all squared. Well, negative 54 minus 6, we can also write that as negative 54 plus negative 6. So we're adding more negative, and we get negative 60 squared. All right. What that says is negative 60 times negative 60, and we get 3,600 altogether, positive 3,600. All right. A little bit of a more difficult one here. We've got 18 squared plus 5 to the exponent of 0, and we learned from last class that the exponent of 0 is just anything to the exponent of 0 is just 1. And then in those brackets, outside of there, we've got a squared divided by negative 5 cubed. All right, well, let's do the brackets first. 18 squared means 18 times 18, which is 324. And 5 to the exponent of 0 is just 1. And we've got a squared out there. And then we've got divided by negative 5 cubed. All right, so we're going to do our bracket still. We've got 324 plus 1, which is 325 squared, divided by, and what we're going to do here is we've got negative 5 cubed. What that means is negative 5 times negative 5 times negative 5, and we get 125. All right, so we're going to just bring this bad boy right there, and we're going to get 325 squared is 105,625, and we're going to divide it by 125. Sorry, negative 125. And we get negative 845. All right, so this is negative 5 times negative 5 times negative 5, and we get a negative 125 from that. Sorry about that. Now, explain why the answers to 3 cubed plus 2 cubed and in brackets 3 plus 2 bracket cubed are different. Well, what do we have here? We are going to cube and then add. And we get 3 cubed is 27 plus 2 cubed, which is 8, and we get 35. Over here, we're going to add and then cube. And we get 5 cubed, which is 125. All right, we'll see you in class.